Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. So this is obviously a very difficult time for business, Irish businesses, international businesses, and indeed businesses across the globe. The global pandemic has caused widespread disruption to the global economy in which Ireland operates. The global economic context within which the companies that we support are operating is extremely challenging, and I think all international forecasts from major institutions are predicting significant impacts on global growth, trade, and indeed on investment flows. As one of the most open economies in the world, Ireland cannot escape this impact, as the Minister has already said. ID Ireland remains open for business right across the globe, albeit virtually, to protect our employees and clients, and we are engaged with investors throughout this time. Our focus is on three things at the moment: engaging with our over 1,500 client companies to support them in whatever we can do for them, and there are many challenges. Our account executives are reaching out proactively to those clients to understand what their needs are and to support them with all of the supports that we have available. Secondly, working with colleagues across the government system, primarily Minister Humphreys and her department, to plan for the next few weeks to ensure that companies can continue to operate and, in many cases, provide critical products and critical services. And then thirdly, support, again, right across government, and particularly the HSE and their efforts at securing necessary supplies for the health system and for citizens. The vast majority of FDI companies are open and operational, many of them working remotely, and we will support them to remain so where possible in line with public health advice. Businesses now have a key role to play themselves in minimising the likelihood of transmission and impact on society. At this point, companies have implemented their business continuity plans. Many FDI companies are well positioned to leverage technology and have implemented their remote working policies where feasible. This is not possible, obviously, for all companies. Many, particularly in the manufacturing sector, need their employees to continue to work on-site to support manufacturing processes. I'd like to pay a tribute to those employees in particular that continue to go to work to produce necessary goods and services in many instances that we require to continue to live and work in our new daily routines. And I want to particularly acknowledge the workers in the medical technology sector, indeed the pharma sector. I urge employers and employees to follow all public health advice and the advice from the Department of Business, Enterprise and Innovation, and Minister Humphreys has already referred to the new guidelines that are coming out from the Department and issuing today, and obviously IDA will play its part in ensuring that multinationals are aware of those advices. I'd also urge employers to amplify government and HSE public health advice to the communities in which they operate. Educating employees on COVID-19 symptoms and prevention will be crucial in slowing the transmission. Companies are being impacted both on the supply side and on the demand side. The demand issues have led some companies to scale back activities, and in some cases that may lead to temporary closures in sectors where demand has decreased significantly, and that's true both in the B2B side and in the business-to-consumer side. There are some sectors which will need to ramp up production of important products, and we are working with them to facilitate that. This crisis has again brought home that Ireland is hugely integrated into global supply chains. This event has had a significant impact already on those supply chains, and this is likely to escalate as the health impact of the virus is felt here and elsewhere. Ensuring that supply chains, critical infrastructure and utilities are kept open will be key, and we can work together to produce the goods and services that are needed here in Ireland and globally to address the pandemic. Ireland is a very significant medtech and pharma producer, as you will know. It, together with our financial services, data centres and microelectronics and engineering firms, are vital to ensuring that the supply of essential products and services are maintained throughout the coming weeks and months. IDA will continue to work with all the stakeholders to achieve this. We will continue to provide supports to our clients, in addition to the supports that obviously Minister Humphreys has already outlined, and indeed Minister Doherty, and we will, many of which are also obviously aimed at supporting the employees of companies. Never more important, obviously, the work that many of these companies do, and we will want to ensure that it continues.